stretch. Oh, that's good. Okay, so welcome to untilit.works. A thing I made mostly for myself to hold myself accountable to work on projects that I say I've been meaning to work on because I am the type of person that if I don't make time, I will never find time. And so by doing untilit.works, I'm by a computer, and so I might as well work on that thing that I said I wanted to work on, right? Or do that task or what have you. So untilit.works consists of ciphers. A cipher is a 3-hour block of time. Within each cipher, there are sessions. There is a work session and a break session. Work sessions are like 45 minutes, heads down, working on what you're working on, just trying to make some progress on a task. Break sessions happen 15 minutes after the hour, and I pop up here the video. By the way, if you ever come to the site and we're in the middle of a break session, the video may look like it's frozen. That's because browsers don't allow autoplay video with audio. That's why a little notice there saying below this video saying you may need to click play to start the stream. So I'll pop up here and say, hey, time to take a break. Do what you got to do. Drink some water, walk around, do something. Basically, as long as you let your mind rest and think about something else other than what you've been working on. So below that, next to the little info message is that I'm using the speech recognition that's built into Chrome browsers to turn my speech into text. So if you open that open close caption button, if you press that, a space will open up and the words I am saying will hopefully accurately be placed into that space while I'm saying things. Below that, we got 2 buttons. Add a clip. If there's ever anything during these break sessions that you thought was interesting, you can click add a clip. And what I'll do is it'll go back a couple of seconds and mark a timestamp. And you get 5 timestamps that turn into 5 clips that are 5 seconds long. And then if you click that create a highlights video before I shut the break session down, what will happen is it'll save those timestamps. Then take the recording of the break session, take the timestamps to cut out clips, join them together, put an intro, put an outro, and then you'll be able to check it out. You can see it for yourself. I'll show where that can be seen. Then there's a countdown timer, countdown when the break session ends and the work session starts. And then if you'd like to join the room to chat or ask questions, there's a link there. All right, cool. Now, work session. Work session will look something similar to this. Once this pops up, cool. Share that. All right, so the work session looks something like this. Up in the right-hand corner, we have like a menu section. So under subscribe has a list of all the upcoming ciphers. So you can subscribe to get notified when we go live. On the other side is a Bandcamp player. So it's an audio player that I asked some like really dope artists that I know if they would like to submit some instrumentals. So I got some stuff there to listen to if you want to listen to some music while you're working on what you're working on. It's a Bandcamp player, which means you can purchase the track, you can share the track. I also add the ability to tweet it out. So if you want to, help spread the word about some really cool artists, feel free to do so. Towards the middle, we have a to-do section where it says add a task. You type in your task, hit enter or the plus sign. Now add it to the list of tasks. You can click the text to edit the task. You can click the X to delete the task. Or if you want to mark it complete, click the checkbox and now send it to the section done. If you click done, it'll show you all the things you got completed. Before I shut everything down, if you click that Twitter icon, it'll open up Twitter and it'll pre-populate a tweet with all the things you got completed. Kind of like a nice way of being able to got some stuff done, feeling good going into the week. In the column to the right, we have a countdown timer, countdown to when the next break session happens, which is again 15 minutes after the hour. View tutorials. So if you're brand new to coding and you just kind of want to see if this is a thing for you, but you don't know where to start, I have links to Free Code Camp and the Odin project under View Tutorials. And from what I've seen from the curriculum and what people have told me that have gone through them, I think at the end of completing those programs, you'll have a good understanding of what it takes to do web development. And then from there, you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to spend more time and or money in pursuing web development. So those are there for you. Now, if you are already into coding and you're looking for a nice, packaged, application that you can build in a few minutes that can maybe get your creative juices going to something bigger. I'm a JavaScript developer advocate at Vonage, and part of my responsibilities are to look over tutorials. And so I have links to 3 tutorials there that I think are pretty cool, where one is after following the tutorial, at the end, you'll have an input box in the application. You put in your real world phone number into it, hit call, and your real world phone will ring, and you'll be able to have a conversation back and forth between the browser and your phone. Then I have the opposite, another tutorial where you get a virtual number from your real world phone. You call that virtual number, and then the application you create following the tutorial, you'll be able to answer the call in your browser and have a conversation back and forth. Then there's one where two users like log in to an application that you create following the tutorial, and one can call the other through the browser and have a conversation. I think that's super cool. So those are there. Yes, so that's under the view tutorials. Hako will come back to, but show and tell sign up. If you want to come up here and talk about something you found interesting on the internet, feel free to do so. Show and tell sign up will walk you through that. Under that highlight section, when your video is being created, it'll say status submitted. And then when it's ready to be viewed, it'll say status done, and the view button will show up. You have to click the view button. It'll bring up a preview of the video. You can download the video, and you can also click to share to Twitter. Twitter sometimes show the video depending on the URL, but Twitter has been weird. So I post the video to other social media. So I just download the video and I attach it to the tweet. And so I know that it shows up. Now, Hako. Hako stands for Help a Coder / Creator Out. It's a thing I made so that if you ever get stuck working on what you're working on, you'll be able to create a Hako, which is a room that you can invite people into that together collectively you'll be able to come up with a solution, or maybe you want some feedback on something, right? So that is the point of the Hako. If you click view Hako, here's the thing, it will show you all the different Hakos that have been created. You can click the creator's name to either open up Twitter or GitHub, depending on where they logged in with, to check out their profile. There's a filter, so you can filter by different keywords. When you click create a Hako, this is what it looks like. You put in a title and 3 keywords, and then you hit create. It'll generate a unique URL for you. They can then copy or click to share to Twitter. And then when you join your Hako, it looks like this. You got the title at the top. Then on the right-hand side, you can like leave if you want. And you can also open a menu for some more options. We have a text chat below that. On the other side, we have a countdown timer, countdown to when the next break session happens. You can copy the URL again. You can click to share to Twitter. And then you can also, so the thing is, when someone clicks the link, they don't automatically join your room. They're actually requesting to join your room. So they'll show up under pending. And then you'll be able to click their username, either GitHub or Twitter. And then you can check out their profile and decide whether or not you want to let that person into your room. Now, if you do approve them, they turn out to be a terrible person, well, you can always ban them. All right. Now, you as the owner of the Hako, only you can share your screen. And the reason for that is because the whole point of the Hako is for you to be able to get help with the thing that you're working on. And I think by being able to show everyone else in the Hako what you're working on, seeing what you're seeing, you'll be able to provide better context, and everybody will be able to give you the help or feedback that you're looking for. And so that's why you're able to share your screen. The way you communicate in the Hako, we have a text chat. So you put in the message here at the bottom, hit send, it'll add it to the list of messages. I also added the ability to enable audio chats. So anybody has their audio chat enabled will be able to speak to and hear each other. But for the folks who don't have it enabled, will still be able to follow along, because anything that people are saying, we turn into text and put into the text chat so people can still follow along. Then I have the opposite, where you enable text to speech. So if you're not looking at the text chat, you still want to follow along, any messages put into the text chat would be read out aloud by your browser if you enable text to speech. So that's that. So that way you can still follow along. And I think that's pretty much it. Again, you can check out all the different Hakos that we created. And yeah, that is it. Cool. Gonna get y'all back to work, because I'm actually doing some research on some stuff that I want to send out some emails about, because it may take some time for them to get back to me. So I want to get that done. So that's what I'm going to be working on for this next break session. So I'm going to send you all off with some traveling music. And this right here is an artist that goes by the name of Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is called Thank You. All right, so see you around 15 minutes after the hour. When we come back, take a look at something I found interesting on the internet, or you can come up here and talk about something you found interesting on the internet. Either way. And but yeah, till then, I wish you much productivity, and see you around. Again, Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. Thank you. All right, y'all. Be easy. Peace.
I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when the brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like and everybody says we spread a love like I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when the brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like and everybody says we spread a love